So I'm going to tell you something that we don't want to do this year. We don't want to continue rehashing the old ways that we celebrate Dr. King's birthday. Dr. King had already started to criticize the civil rights movement, the early stage, and he had moved on to the second phase of the civil rights movement because the first phase was all physical. Okay, the buses were desegregated. Schools were desegregated. Well, at least on paper. Parks were desegregated. All this desegregation cost the nation nothing. And his second part, he said, if you really want to help people, the true test comes in economic freedom. And that's when he called out housing disparities. Where we are right now, with people living on the streets, he would be appalled. And no one wants to talk about his new vision. He had even moved into a slum with his family to bring attention to the fact that people live with housing disparity. You just can't do this. We aren't really paying homage to his memory. So this year, let's focus on the true legacy of Dr. King. The true. I say this because I've had housing insecurity, housing instability for a decade. I was blessed. Not too many people received the blessing that I received. I was able to sell a street paper. I had nothing. And I said, I'm going to take this street paper and I'm going to write for it, as many people do, as well as sell it. And that gave me enough to keep a hotel room for the last over a decade. And rarely do people talk about that end of Dr. King, as I have in many of my articles. They only talk about the civil rights, the first part of the civil rights, Rosa Parks, all of that was phenomenal. But that was just phase one. It's time we start talking about phase two. Peace.